Part 1. The frame and trigger. So as mentioned before, the frame has the shape of a pistol with a grip, vertical grip. Hold like this when you're using it, trigger here. And a horizontal section where most of the insides are housed with the heating element. The bulk of the muzzle part is also located on the inside of the frame. And the frame has the purpose of protecting all these parts from any sort of damage. You might hit it, you might drop it, and that this frame prevents any of those parts from being damaged. It also prevents the user from being burned or harmed while using the gun. And it also contains a trigger uh, located just at the intersection of the grip and the horizontal part. And this is connected to the loading mechanism, which pushes the glue further towards the muzzle and allows the user to safely use the glue gun. Part 2, the heating element. So the heating element is the part of the glue gun that heats up the glue loaded into the mechanism. Glue is pushed from the back at the loading mechanism towards the muzzle via the trigger. And as it gets there, this heating component heats the glue up, melts it, and as it's pushed forward, it comes out of the muzzle. So the heating component is comprised of a power cable and the actual heating element. So the power cable is plugged into the wall, sends power down to the heating component, which is composed of two pieces of steel surrounding a small slab of ceramic, and the power going to the two pieces of metal causes them to heat up, and it gives off enough heat to melt the glue loaded into the gun. Now, these three parts, the ceramic and the two pieces of metal, are covered by a plastic sheath in order to keep them together and in one spot, and it also stops them from hurting any other part of the gun itself. Part 3, the loading mechanism. So the loading mechanism, which is in very close proximity to the trigger and to the muzzle, the bulk of the part would be here, is the component of the glue gun that allows the sticks of glue inserted through the rear, through the hole in the loading mechanism here, to be pushed forward towards the muzzle. So this action is performed by squeezing the trigger, which causes this spring-loaded piece to be pushed forward, and as the trigger is released, it's pulled back. The connection between these two are the two hinges located here. And as the trigger is pulled, the first hinge is pulled forward, that tugs along the second hinge, which brings the loading mechanism along with it. Part 5, the muzzle. The muzzle is located at the end of the glue gun and is where the glue secretes from this hole right there. The muzzle is a long piece of hollow metal and it has a taper at the end of it, more of a nozzle. This allows glue to be applied accurately and precisely wherever the user wants it to be put. And the muzzle is placed in front of the loading mechanism, which would be here, and it pushes the glue forward into this hole in the muzzle. That is where the glue stays while it's being heated, as the heating element goes in this little protrusion at the bottom. And as that gets very hot, the glue melts while it's in the chamber and is pushed forward. So you can't see it, but there is a small piece of metal located about here, a vertical piece of thin metal that stops the solid glue from going too far into the muzzle, so that only melted glue can come out. The muzzle does get very hot, and this end, which is exposed while the gun is being used, the very end there, and it is advised not to touch it.